for me to find quality setups, since I use supply and demand, I need to have multiple time frames in confluence. This is something you have to be dedicated for. Last 28 days, we've had just about 5,000. I want to allocate more funded accounts on different prop firms. What's up, everyone? I filmed this video earlier today but ended up having some technical difficulties. It's currently 8:12 at night on January 1st right now, and I just wanted to hop on here and just talk about the New Year's goals, all that type of stuff. And a few people slid up on my Instagram story, so I figured I'd go ahead and just answer those in this video as well. And if I sound weird in this video, I'm sick. I've been sick for about 3 days now, so I'm super stuffy, but still have to put in the work, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So in 2024, I definitely hit a lot of my goals when it came to trading. I started getting payouts in 2024. I was more consistent, all that type of stuff, so I'm very proud of myself there. Now 2025 goals are literally the same thing, just more payouts, bigger payouts, being more consistent, all that type of stuff. And then another one of my goals is YouTube. I want to get bigger on YouTube, so I'm being a lot more consistent with it. Right now, I'm currently sitting at 43 subscribers, which isn't bad at all. We just started being a lot more consistent, so I'm happy with that. Now, in the last 90 days, or actually last 28 days, you can see we're at 18 subscribers gained. And look at the chart difference in the past few months, right? So hopefully you could see this. July is all the way over here. December is going to be that big bar right there. Just look at me being more consistent and what it's gotten me. You can see all those other months we've had little to no progress, but in December I started to be a lot more consistent with it, and it definitely paid off. You can see that's been our biggest month so far when it comes to subscribers. And when it comes to views, just take a look at this. You can see it's the same thing. Look at the previous months and look at the months we're at now. So we're doing really good. In the last 7 days, we've had 3,500 views. The last 28 days, we've had just about 5,000. So been doing pretty good at being consistent. Just uploaded a video today, and this video will either be going out tomorrow or Friday. I'm not too sure yet. But YouTube's one of the big goals I have. I want to just start being more consistent, and I want to get bigger with YouTube. And I've liked making content before, but I've actually come to really enjoy making content the last maybe month or so. Even though I'm not the best at it, that's something I want to get better at. And me just being consistent and doing this over and over again, I'm going to end up getting better and better. So I think 2025 is going to be a good year for content, I'd say. And then, like I said, with my trading, I think this year we're going to see more payouts. Our payouts are going to be even higher. I want to allocate more funded accounts on different prop firms. So right now I'm sitting at 2 funded accounts with Top Step. I'm planning on getting 550K accounts with them, building the buffers, and then I want to go over to another prop firm. I don't know which one yet though, because I haven't really messed around with other prop firms. And then I want to allocate a few more funded accounts with them. So the beginning of this year, I really need to just work on getting those funded accounts, trying to get as much funding as I can possibly. Now, another thing I'm working on is the group. I want to relaunch the group. It was supposed to be this month, but I think we're going to move it into the beginning of February, actually. Just got a few more things I need to work on, and then just a few unexpected things in life popped up. So I think beginning of February is what we're going to be aiming for. But the group is one thing that I want to grow like crazy this year as well. That is a group where I trade live. You guys can ask me questions. We do weekly educational calls, all that type of stuff. It's not just a signals group or anything. It's a group of traders that have nothing and want to get to a level to where they do have stuff. It's called the Come Up Trading Lab, and it's literally just a bunch of people wanting to have the come up that we all deserve, that we're all striving for. So it's a very good group. If you're interested, the link is going to be in the description below, and on my Instagram, the link is in the bio as well. I just want me and everyone possible to have the come up. That's why I named it that. We all want to level up. We all want the materialistic stuff. We all want the time freedom. So that is what that group revolves around. It's a totally good group. I can't wait to relaunch it in February. We were killing it when I was live trading. We had like a 15-week winning streak. We were getting 7-8% weeks. We were doing super good. So like I said, if you guys want to join, link's going to be in the description of this video, and it's going to be in the bio on my Instagram. The waitlist is open. It's only $20 a month, so go ahead and join. But you need to write down your goals. It is very important. So you can write them down in a notebook. You can write them down in the notes app in your phone. I have a whiteboard over there as well, and I need to go ahead and write my goals on that as well. They've just been in my phone, and in my notebook for now. You need to put it somewhere where you see them every single day. Some people put it on the lock screen of their phone. That's probably what I'm gonna do soon. So you need to do that. You need to have a visual representation of your goals. You need to be reminded of them constantly. So whenever you're laying in bed, you're feeling lazy, or you're just not doing anything, you need to look at those goals and say, is what I'm doing right now gonna make me achieve my goals? So that is something you guys need to do. The goals are super important. If you haven't thought of your goals already, it's the beginning of the year. You guys should have thought of them. You should always have goals, but make sure after this video, you write down your goals and you actually put a lot of thought into it, because you got to reach the goals. If you want more in life, you need to have something to aim for. So like I said, I want more funded accounts. I want more growth on YouTube. I want to grow the group. Those are all amazing goals. I have those written down, and that's only a few goals that I have. I have way more. So you guys get the point. You need to have the goals. You need to write them down. You need to look at them every day so they can be burned into your head so you can know what you're going after. Now, the way I do goals is I have 3 levels of goals. I have level 1, which are going to be the easier goals that are most likely going to get hit. I have level 2, which are the medium goals. Those are going to be a little hard. And level 3 are the super hard goals. Those goals are going to be super hard to hit and honestly might not be hit, but those are the ones I'm trying for the most. Those are going to be the ones where if we hit those, it's going to be a crazy, crazy year. So that's how I have my goals. I have them in levels. So you got to make sure you have hard goals though. If you have just super easy goals and you hit them, now you already completed it. Now you have nothing to work for. For example, I've been sick the past few days. There's not much I've wanted to do. My body's hurt. I've coughed. I've all that type of stuff. But I've still got up. I've filmed 2 videos now. I've done work in the group. I've, trade, all that type of stuff. But I'm still getting it done. The goals are not going to get completed themselves. I can just sit there sick in bed, not do anything. But then I feel lazy and I know what I'm working towards is not getting closer to being achieved. And don't get me wrong, you have to have rest days, this and that. We're all human. But for me personally, if I'm able to work on my own thing, if I'm able to make some sort of progress, I'm going to do it. I strive to be at least 1% better each and every day. And like my filmmaking, my editing and stuff, I'm not the best at this at all, but I will get better at it. The more consistent I am, the more I upload, the more I edit, I'm going to learn stuff that I didn't know before. That's another thing I'm excited for in 2025. I think it's going to be a good year for content, and I can't wait to see just how my content has evolved from just say now until the end of this year. I think it's going to be a night and day difference. All right, so I'm going to answer a few questions that were asked to me on my Instagram, and then we'll probably end it there. So the first question is, what was your biggest challenge before becoming a sustainable, profitable trader? I'd have to say my biggest challenge before becoming profitable was just my psychology and my discipline. So for me, I had the good strategy. I was using supply and demand, and before that I was actually using support and resistance. But I seen a big difference in my trades whenever I started using supply and demand. For me, I would cut my winners way too fast, and my losers I would just let run and run and run, and I'd blow my challenge counts, all that type of stuff. So what helped me was setting multiple take profit levels. So if you've seen my other videos or you've traded live with me, you can see that I have, normally if I'm going for a 1 to 4, I have 4 take profit levels. I'll trim at TP 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's what works best for me, and that's what helped me achieve that profitability level. So for me, it was hard to hold for like a full 1 to 4 or a full 1 to 3. So I seen other people do it, and I figured I'd give it a try. I'm going to go ahead and just set multiple take profit levels and trim along the way. And usually when I get to TP 1 or 2, I set my stop loss at break even, so the runners go back down, they hit the break even stop loss, and I don't lose anything else, and I secured some profits. So yeah, I would just say the biggest issue I had before becoming profitable would be my discipline and psychology. I was just not letting my trades run. I was just cutting them right when they turned green, and then my losers, I was letting them just go and go and go, and I was losing way too much, so my risk to reward was shit. The next question is, lastly, did you know you were going to win at the end of the day? So to answer your question, I haven't won, but I know I'm going to win. I will not stop until I win. I'm not going to give up. I've been doing this almost 3 years, and there's no going back. I enjoy doing this. I could see myself getting better and better and better, and I have no other option. I have to make this work. I got to make this work. That's as simple as it is. So the next question is, sometimes the market does the model but doesn't play out. How do you identify quality trades? That's a good question. For me to find quality setups, since I use supply and demand, I need to have multiple timeframes in Confluence. So to find a really good setup, I really need minimum 2 timeframes of supply or demand in Confluence. So before my stop loss would be hit, it needs to be right around maybe a session high or low. That makes it better. But the main thing is I just need multiple timeframes in Confluence. I will not take a trade if it only has one supply or demand level. The more the better. So let's say if a setup has 3 or 4 timeframes really close in Confluence with each other, that is most likely going to be a really good setup for me, depending how price action is too. And I'm most likely going to set my limit order and let the market get me in. So having multiple timeframes in Confluence is what identifies a quality trade for me, along with price action. Sometimes I can have that quality setup, or what I think is a quality setup, and it still goes to stop loss. But what saves me in that situation is my risk to reward is very good. So I can afford these little losses because my wins are better and bigger or more consistent. So risk to reward is definitely a good thing to have, but I've lost on setups that have had 3 timeframes in Confluence, and I would still take it time and time again because I've won more than I've lost on those type of setups. So you really just got to have good risk to reward and follow your plan, follow your trading strategy. The next question is, how long have I been trading? I've been trading almost 3 years. I want to say in probably about 2 weeks is the 3-year mark for me. So yeah, I've been trading for about 3 years and time has gone by fast. And the next question is, do I think everyone's cut out for trading? And the answer is no. A lot of people get into trading thinking it's going to be quick, fast money, and that's not the case at all. And that's why there's a big failure rate when it comes into the trading community. This is something you have to be dedicated for. People don't realize the amount of time and money it takes to be good at this. It really just takes a lot of time. I've spent countless hours after work or, before work looking at these charts, testing the same thing over and over and over, failing over and over again, sometimes winning, thinking I'm on top of the world, and then I just go back to losing. It's literally just a bumpy road. It's literally like a trade. You're going up and down until you hit a certain point, and then you finally start to understand a lot more stuff. So for me, when I started using supply and demand, I kind of got that little okay, now this is starting to make a lot more sense. But the main reason why people fail when it comes to trading is honestly just psychology and discipline. Everyone can find a winning strategy. You can see these traders, they're making good money using a strategy, but you could try to use that same strategy and you're just going to lose money consistently. And a lot of it's just psychology. You don't know how to discipline yourself, or you're cutting your winners too fast, you're letting your losers lose, you're over leveraging, all that type of stuff. A lot of the failures are just due to discipline and psychology issues. That's it. So no, not everyone is cut out for trading. The next question is, if I were to go back in time, would I have stuck with challenge accounts or would I have funded my own account? So I know a lot of people don't like the challenge accounts because they say the rules are too strict and stuff. And I honestly thought that at the very beginning too, but then I realized the rules honestly aren't even that strict. If you trade a certain way and you don't over leverage like crazy, this and that, the rules aren't that bad. So honestly, I like prop firms. They don't take a lot of money to get into. Let's say $150. If you pass, you get a $150K account. That's not bad at all. So I like the prop firm route. I've had a account that I funded myself and I still have a small one. So I don't mind it, but me personally, I like the challenge accounts. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the video. I just wanted to come on here, chop it up about some goals, chop it up about life. I wanted to answer some of your guys' questions that you guys asked me on Instagram, but I'm going to go ahead, edit this video, take some cold medicine because I am sick. If you guys can't hear me, I'm stuffy as hell. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.